ideas and sort of Arab nationalist concepts and a little bit of sort of reckless anti-Americanism sometimes, particularly in the Arabic Al Jazeera. The English Al Jazeera is excellent. I think that one of the things that was so thrilling was to see, I don't know if any of you saw this, there was a moment where a woman from Egyptian government-run television just went off and started apologizing to Egyptians for lying for years. Live, on air, until she was like escorted off by the regime. And, you know, they have been lied to. And we've accepted the lie because it kept the stability we felt we needed in the region. But one of the great lies that I think has led to a really deep problem for the United States and its ally Israel is that the state-run media in places like Egypt constantly allowed Egyptians to hate Israel. And I think it was a calculated ploy to keep the distraction off the regime. The pressure valve is to show the Intifada in Palestine, to show the rock throwers, to show the Israeli tanks, to show the homes being crushed in Gaza. And by the way, all those things are real, and they're important stories to cover. But the disproportionate coverage that was constantly given to that was really part of the game to keep Mubarak in power. You know, focus on how much we don't trust Israel, and then maybe they won't start asking hard questions about what happened to the $1 billion in aid the United States gave us, and where the hell is it? And that's worked for a long time, but it won't work anymore. And I think it's a thrilling moment for journalism in the Middle East. I think it's a time when American journalists, Western journalists, could offer a lot to Egypt. You know, journalists are always looking for a way to find teaching gigs somewhere in the world. Egypt is such a moment right now to take some very skilled veteran reporters who've never had the freedom to really do it and get it rolling. And I hope that answers your question about Al Jazeera, but it's certainly what interests me the most is this feeling of an opportunity and an opening for great journalism now in Egypt and across the Arab world and really across the Muslim world, that it's a whole new ballgame. And I think a lot of the young reporters who are going to be off doing projects, who's going to Cairo? Who was the, Alice? So Alice, I mean, what an opportunity. You are going, I mean, first of all, I'm very impressed that you covered the, quote, problems of Lebanese women. This is, I know there are considerable problems, but there are other elements of covering women's issues in Lebanon that I'm sure drew you to that as well. So obviously you've got a keen sense of the story, and great luck, because Egypt is going to be one hell of a story to follow. So I wish you luck, and I think to end it, this is, I think, one of the most exciting times to be going into journalism. I mean, definitely, you know, I am of that age that I was a kid watching Watergate, and that inspired me to become a journalist. But I think what's happening right now with information, what happened with this Facebook revolution, has that kind of catalyst to it, to really inspire a generation to see that this what can be done in the digital age can redefine international reporting. Global Post is trying to be a small part of that. But all of you who are going to be off doing your research on these foundation grants have an opportunity to be part of a wave into the future. And it's a really exciting time. So I wish you luck.
Thank you all. The overseas press club annual dinner will be April 28th in Mandarin Oriental. That's the OPC annual awards dinner. April 28th in Mandarin Oriental. Be there or be square. Thanks so much.